Bert, I was gonna ask Bert tonight.
All right, we'll now call the Madison County Board of Adjustments Thursday, October 19th, 2023 meeting to order. You call the roll, please.
Keith Weaver.
Here.
Keith Park.
Here.
Mike Madison.
Here.
Ralph Hall.
Here. All right, first thing on the agenda, gentlemen, is the approval of last month's meeting minutes. If you look over that, I'll open the floor up for a motion.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Keith Weaver.
Yes.
Keith Park.
Yes.
Mike Madison.
Yes.
Ralph Hall.
Yes. All right, next up on the agenda, we have conditional use for 1125 Old Town Branch Road, applicant being a Ronaldo Torres. Mr. Torres here? Come on up here, please, sir. Mr. Torres, tell us your full name and address, please.
Ronaldo C. Torres Jr., 1125 Old Town Branch Road.
All right, you agree to give truthful and accurate information in this case?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Torres, tell us what you'd like to do here today.
Just be able to park my trucks on property.
Mm-hmm. So you own the property and you just want to deal with what kind of trucks do you have?
Pickup trucks with car trailers.
What, sorry?
Pickup trucks,
Pickup trucks, okay,
Car trailers.
okay.
but they're not. I have 3 of them. 2 of them aren't there at night.
2 of them are not there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, on your applicant says you park them there because your work is done out of Cincinnati and Columbus, Ohio?
Yeah.
Gotcha. What kind of work do you do there?
Just transport wrecked cars to salvage,
Okay.
dismount.
Mm-hmm. So you don't park any other vehicles there except for these 3 vehicles?
Yes.
No junk vehicles be stored on that property?
No, just my personal vehicles.
Gotcha.
All right.
Now, do you have a company name? Is that?
Yes. Go fast.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is it Go Fast Transport?
Yes.
And all 3 of those trucks have trailers that pull
Yes. And 1 row back.
3 trucks in 1 row back?
Yes. I think I put that on the application.
4 vehicles total?
So you have employees,
Yes.
so they're, when your trucks and trailers are gone, the vehicles are the employees' vehicles parked there while they're.
Well, they take them to their house. They do, it depends. Some come take their truck and trailer in their cars home. And
Oh, okay.
yeah, one of my son, he works for me, so he lives 5 minutes away. So that's the one that stays every night.
So 3 vehicles would be the most that would be parked.
Yeah,
there.
other than my person.
Sometimes it's only 1 or 2.
Right. Other than my person.
All right, we had any calls or emails on this?
Yeah, we actually, that's kind of why we're here. This was brought to our attention from one of the neighbors in the area. He actually did supply us with some photographs that showed some wrecked cars on the property, and maybe you were, at that time, maybe you were storing cars before you transported them or something, I'm not sure.
It just depends if we.
The pictures show, what the board's asking though is, are you going to have any vehicles as part of your business that aren't your work vehicle? So, you don't have to have a permit to have your work vehicle, just, it'd be like a plumber driving his van or electrician driving his work truck home to you.
Okay.
No condition use permit is required for that, even if you run your home office, out of your residence. I think the concern, and why it was brought to us was that you were picking vehicles up, maybe storing them on the lot.
I
There
mean,
were some pictures that showed that.
Right, and I mean, it depends on what day or if that's the issue as far as like maybe we were switching cars from something that was going to Cincinnati or something that was going to Lexington.
What I want to make sure is that you're giving more of the whole picture of what's going on there. When you tell them it's only going to be your work trucks parked there, but now you say that you may have some vehicles because.
No, I'm not saying that. You're saying that. I'm saying that if that's the issue, if I had a car parked there, then I don't know without you showing me the pictures, I can't tell you what was
I
there.
can show it to you guys right here, maybe you can tell us what we're looking at there.
Those are my cars, those are my personal cars. So what, if you have an issue with my old cars, then that's fine, if I need to put them up, or, I mean, if you're telling me I can't have old cars that are mine in my property.
What we're
So
telling
those,
you.
okay, so you said. the
I have older cars, I collect sixties and
Gotcha.
Hogs.
Okay.
Now, I've never seen an ordinance that said I couldn't have six,
We do have an ordinance is property maintenance ordinance, say that any vehicles parked on your property have to be licensed, they have to be, insured, registered.
so what you're saying, every vehicle in Richmond has, that's parked in backyards or stuff like
I
that?
don't know about Richmond, we.
Okay, so you're saying anything out of county?
We deal only in Madison County, and we deal on a complaint basis.
Okay.
And we got a complaint on your.
No, but that's what I'm asking you. So you're telling me every car in Madison County,
I'm not
in the
telling
county,
you that.
they can't be parked in the
I'm
backyard?
telling you, you need to make sure this board understands what you do on this property and what you're asking for. Because if you do something other than what you're asking for, you're in violation of your.
Did I not just clarify that?
You know, you can be argumentative with me.
I'm not being argumentative. I just,
Get aggravated all you want, but I'm telling you that we got a complaint, we have a property maintenance ordinance that says you can't have junk vehicles on your property.
so, hold on. So that's another issue, correct?
It is another issue.
So if that was the issue, then that should have been brought to my attention,
Yeah.
correct?
Well,
These are two separate
but
issues.
it was our understanding, and when you talked to Vernon, when he came out, that this was your business, you were in the towing business. So it stands to reason if there's.
But he didn't come out.
if there's
He
wreck-
talked to me on the phone.
If there's wrecked or junk cars on your property, it stands to reason that.
But that's
you're-
an
you're
old
running
car.
a salvage yard out of your.
No, I'm not renting. That's my cars, my personal cars.
Are they
So,
registered? Are they insured? Are they licensed?
but that's what, this has nothing to do with the
No, it doesn't.
business.
You're right. So do you need a permit from them or not?
I do for the business, not for these
No,
cars.
No, if you're just parking
No,
your.
that's what he's trying to say, he's trying to say, you don't need a permit, if you're just gonna park your work trucks and trailers there.
Yes.
You don't have to have a permit. You don't have to have a permit just to park your vehicles there. That's what this is for, so you don't have to have that just to park, that's like, I'm trying to think.
A plumber, like.
A
we talked
plumber,
about.
yeah, Kenny's Plumbing, for instance, he's got a van, says Kenny's Plumbing, he can park how many vehicles he got in his driveway, he don't need a permit for that because
Cause you're not running the business other than maybe the office part.
yeah,
Correct.
Of your home.
Correct.
If that's what you're doing, you don't need a conditional use
Yeah.
permit.
Okay, so
If the issue, and I'm sure the board will hear from some people in the audience, that's the next step to give the neighbors an opportunity to see. If that's the case, if all those are your vehicles, they're all registered to you, then you don't need a permit.
yeah, you don't even need this.
You don't need a permit if you're running a business, a home-based business that doesn't meet our standards, and you have employees coming and going, you have customers coming and going, you rise above the level of what a home office would be.
right.
If somebody drives by your property and there's no evidence that business activity is taking place, that's a home office, that's a home-based business, you don't need a permit for that.
Okay.
If you drive your record home at night, and then you drive to Cincinnati to do your work, there's no permit required. So if that's what you're saying is happening, and you wanna do it.
That is exactly what happened, but that's what I'm saying, you just brought up two different issues for, that's my point, if it's the old cars is the problem, then you need to tell me what I need to do. Do I need to put them in a building? Do I need to put a fence up for them? What is it that?
Well, if that's the case, then we can talk about the steps to remedy that complaint. If you don't think that you need a permit from this board to do what you're doing business-wise,
Right.
then you can withdraw your application, we'll discuss the other stuff at another time.
You don't need it.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that what you wanna do?
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay. All right, well, Vernon will be in touch with you next day or so to talk about steps going forward and what we can do maybe to answer some of those concerns. Okay?
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, on the agenda side,
Yeah, so we'll just mark that one as being withdrawn from consideration, and if anybody's here for Old Town Branch, you're free to stay, or you wanna take a few minutes to.
to leave, so just to clarify for the record, what we did on the agenda there was no need for a conditional use permit because those vehicles are just parked there and they're just used for transportation back and forth, and that does not require that, okay?
And that would probably clarify, even if they were parked there with junk cars loaded on them to be transported somewhere the next day or whatever, that wouldn't be a problem as long as those wrecked or junk cars were on those
They're
trailers.
belonging in, they're on his property, That's another issue, and if people are concerned about that, they can contact our office and file a complaint.
Yeah, cause that's not a conditional use. Thank you all very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
It appears to us that he's bringing these cars in to work on them.
We can't,
We can't take comments from the audience. If you'd like to address the board, you can come up, but they're not gonna, they reviewed the item and it's been withdrawn
Well,
from the
it
agenda.
appears to us that he's bringing those cars in to fix them up and sell them at a profit. That's a business. Doesn't he need a permit for that?
But that's not what
They're
he's
not on the
indicating.
trucks.
That's
They're,
not what he's indicating he's doing, right?
yeah,
Well, and that's part of our job in our offices, to investigate stuff like that. So
My
if we can establish that he's doing what you're saying he's doing, then, and he's not been forthright with this board, then we can take that matter to the county attorney. And I encourage you and any of your neighbors to please come talk to Vernon. He's our property maintenance guy. Tell him what you're seeing. It's just like any other complaint. We have to have evidence. We have to have, proof. We can't just, your word against his, right?
right.
And I'm not disputing what you're saying, I'm not disputing what he's saying, but at the end of the day, the county attorney chooses whether to prosecute these things or not. That'll be her decision. So the more evidence we can present to her, the better. So I'm encouraging you and your neighbors to come to the office and make that complaint.
The other complaint that we have is there's a single lane bridge that goes under I-75 there. And it often gridlocks. A pickup truck with a cattle trailer cannot clear Old Town Branch Road off of Congleton Lane.
This board has nothing to do with that, but please, come to my office, we'll take your concern, we'll take your complaint, and we'll do our best to do it.
All right.
Okay?
One more.
My name is Tim Cobb, I'm the neighbor to this property. So,
Tim, let me stop. If you're gonna complain on this property, this board has already taken action. If you have further evidence that you wanna present
that's what I'm gonna give
for
you.
this complaint, you can come to our office and do it. This board has other items on the agenda they need to get to. So please come see me, all right? We'll talk about it.
so we are done with, number 3, 1125, Old Town Branch. Leave me, I guess. About beer, no.
Would have left and got gone before, we have no trouble out in the parking lot.
Alright, so next on the agenda, conditional use permit for 10981 Battlefield Memorial Highway. Have a Ed Easton Hall.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Tell us your name and address, please, sir.
Ed Easton Hogg, my personal address is 2268 Abbeywood Drive. We're talking about 1098 One Battlefield Memorial here. Also have residents at 140 Holly Hill Drive in Berea, Kentucky.
Okay. Tell us what you want to do today, sir.
Got the farm there, trying to host routine events, make the property available for people to gather with friends, family. I'm talking about, events such as, weddings, informational sessions, music, holidays, kind of like some of the other area farm venues in the county. Got a little quarter-mile loop drive there. Our access is that bridge. And then Keith's exit driveway, we share each other's stuff there.
So you got an easement through 10-10971.
I don't know if that's officially on paper, but our official entry is that
That
right where
little
the
bridge.
cursor is.
The little bridge.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Got electric there about where the cursor is right there, and then back on the other side, we got water at both of those points. We've done some stuff over the past couple of years, probably no more than 100 people or so, but kind of at the level now where more people are wanting to do things.
Okay. I went by there today and got a look at it. I seen the water, two places of water you had, seen the 200 amp services you had there, the septic system, all that you had in place there. When you said you had a place for parking, I was looking for a pad, that's what I was looking for. Like a graded place, you know, with maybe gravel and a place to park vehicles. I did not see that. Where was your intention, now that I have a vision, I've been there, where was your intention for parking?
This whole area, we park the car. This whole area, we park the cars. This whole area down here. This area, I'm sure you saw where the trees are a little heavy in the brush right now, since we've been closed for 6 months, but that's usually groomed out good.
Okay.
This is more of your spectator zone here. I'm sorry, back here in front of this building.
Yes. Okay.
Are there bathrooms in that building?
Yes, right there on the end, there is a room where
There's a two, it's a bathhouse with 2 toilets, closeted out.
Did you go by there?
Yeah.
You see the 2 sliding glass doors on that building? The next one is like a little ramp that goes up, and that place is like a shower house attached,
Yeah.
right?
And then inside of the base camp building, we have an incinerating toilet, so
So are these on septic tank or?
there's a above ground holding, surface level holding tank right over here, behind the bathroom.
So, have
How
you
big
had,
is that tank?
I'm sorry?
What size is that?
1,000 gallons.
1,000 gallons.
so you've had things there before? Previously? It's just, it's just hard for me to see how getting 100 vehicles in there, turn around, and that bridge, I can drive across, so I'll be honest with you, I was scared.
It was blocked off when I went down there.
So,
Yeah, it was when I was too, and I think
my first
the
thing,
state or somebody, at least the county would have to inspect that bridge to see if it,
that would be my first thing. If that's your interest in property, and this is my question for you, what is your safety, okay? If there's a fire, how can the county come across it? Because there's no way they can get across that bridge.
We drive down Keith's.
Okay. So that's your alternate route, it's coming through his place then?
who's that?
The way I went, the way you went in, that's an alternate.
But who owns that property?
His first name's Keith.
Keith Taylor.
Keith
Taylor.
Without an easement on the deed though, if he ever sold that or ever wanted
Yeah,
to plan
there,
it, it's like,
that's
I
where-
will.
That's where we
Yeah,
went in up at the top, and
Yeah.
that's where we have access, and then that one there is the one that's blocked off.
Yeah.
I have all the construction records from that bridge. There's, iron beams, rectangular iron beams, not angle iron. 2 of those going across on the wheel tracks, set in concrete blocks, probably 4 foot tall by 6 foot across, and then with the oak timbers.
Has the county ever come out, you ever had the county fire department or county rescue come out and check that?
When I took ownership, from grandma, I contacted the county to see what assistance we could get, what kind of things needed to happen on how to do that bridge. And they said it was all me, and that's what I did.
Okay, gotcha.
Didn't consult with any engineer or anything?
I think,
Well, under the structure of it, maybe plenty of sound enough, the top part with no guardrail or side rails
What's
looks,
the width of that?
It has all that.
okay.
what's the width of that? He was asking the width of
He
the.
built it so a dually could go across and pull our trailers across. I'm gonna guess, what's that, 10 to 12 feet? I'm not sure.
10 feet.
Looked like to me. Yeah, I agree with Ralph. If you try to get 100 vehicles in there, I think you're gonna have a problem. And if somebody needed to get out, you're liable to have to move 8 or 10 cars so they can get out.
Well,
Or for fire truck,
it has to be in our ambulance, and I'll speak to the relevance of it too, is I got there before your neighbor, I guess he's seen me park there. He pulled in a car, parked at his place, hopped into a 4-wheel drive truck and drove over there. So I observed that and I was like, why are they switching vehicles to come over here? So my concern is the in and out and the safety of it. I think you've got great vision. I think there's a good spot there. I think if you have a parking pad, place for parking, a good foundation road in there, I think there's maybe some number twos in the circle driveway around through there. I think you got a good vision. I just can't see at this time that property can hold the capacity of what you're wanting to do right now. That's my scare, is the safety of that.
I don't have my records in front of me, but I've given, Clover Bottom a lot of money on that gravel. The twos and all the different layers, I put new top on it all the time.
For the driveway.
The circle drive.
I kinda agree with.
I do Keith's also, huh?
I was just gonna say, I kinda agree with what Ralph says. I mean, I think you've got to start something good. I think you're moving in the right direction. I think at this point, the infrastructure just isn't there to kind of accommodate the crowd you want to accommodate. My two biggest concerns is one, this may or may not be a deeded easement, and if it's not on the deed as an easement, somebody can give you problems down the road. And then also kind of bottlenecks and like 2 or 3 other people coming out on the highway. So I would say, first and foremost, you need to make sure that your entrance comes in and out of your property. Maybe have the structural engineer report or the fire department come out, like Ralph said, make sure that they can't access that over that bridge. And have some parking. You know, I think you need to get a dozer in there and do some grading and, you know, put some 57s down and have an actual parking area. That's what I was expecting to see, is that actual parking area. I think you're moving in the right direction, but I think at this time.
You can't park in the grass?
Well, that's where we're going at. The biggest concern here is what we've highlighted. Remember when you used to tell me over when I came in that left part right here?
Yes.
It's just scrolled up, it's only about this high.
Yeah.
But I seen that's your vision for parking. That's this area, when I came in, the little things right here, that's this area right here, okay? You see this highlighted blue area?
Yeah.
You know what that is? That's a flood plain.
Alright.
So at any time, if this was to rain, you see what would happen right here?
Right.
The bridge and all this floodplain for parking would be out. And a lot of people say, well, that's not relevant. You just seen what happened out west in the desert. That's the reason I was bringing that relevance up. They were all out there having a gathering, and it come a flood, and they had no way to get out. So that's another big concern here, is that we're doing this right in the middle of the floodplain. You've got what, 30 acres here? So you've got an opportunity that, you know, with that, where it looks, you could expand that up and get out of that floodplain, it would help you. And like I said, and put you a good parking spot, you know, a good parking lot there. And, you know, it don't have, I'm not saying concrete, blacktop, all that, but I'm saying get you a clear spot off where you can put 50 cars in there and have an access way out, no problem. Another safety thing that I know that you're gonna look at, and when it comes to the business side of it, is you're gonna have one entryway in and one exit way out, okay? What scares me about this part is there's no deed that he's talking about, is if somebody comes in, slides, breaks into somebody else's property, it's a whole different reaction over there.
And then after if you did start this and you start having more events regularly and having more traffic coming in and out through them other people's property and on that, then they're gonna come to Bert and say, you know, we're not happy with all this excess traffic coming in.
Or even if he widened the bridge enough to where you could come and go from the same point, I think just getting those people back there and God forbid something did happen, and you know, it could be a bad situation.
Or you were on the hills and like this time of year as
My
dry as
problem
it is, you could have a
problem
fire.
about widening the bridge is when the highway department built this. There's a massive drain, all this comes through here, so I can't go anywhere on that.
Can you go the other way?
Can you go this way on it? Where's your property line going?
Actually, to talk about easements, the driveway already is Keith's easement. I don't even have the rights.
So you don't have no access. So really what you would have to do is come down here
And there's a creek,
And
yeah,
the
I'd
creek.
have to cross the creek.
at the
I'd
lowest
have to
point.
come, my line's about right there,
Yeah,
and I'd have to come down that hill
and come
and go
back.
across.
As long as your easement's on your deed, then there's no worries. But
Yeah.
if you're just doing a handshake type thing,
Yeah.
and somebody, you know, they don't like the traffic, then they can make it hard on you.
Yeah, especially if this is not, if none of this is, and what I'm looking out for you as, this is your property, if somebody comes down here and they wreck going out, and they wreck in somebody else's property, they're gonna try to fall back on you, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, just some suggestions would be, first, get out of this floodplain.
Yep.
Get you a good parking up in here somewhere, make sure you have an easement, if not, look like what you were just talking about, find you a way in and out, that's gonna be safe. Like I said, I think you have a great vision for it, but I just think you've got to maneuver a little bit to get it where it needs to be at.
So in future consideration, will my capacity for parking be generally based on the improved areas and not to include, like, excuse me, let's say I pave an acre back in there. And then I have another nice little acre around it, but I'm not gonna gravel it.
Yeah, I see
I'm
what
just trying to,
secondary.
long-term vision, I gotta decide, if I can only have to park 50 cars out here, I don't know what I wanna get myself into.
That's why we're saying,
Yeah.
you're looking at different phases,
Yeah,
right? So you got phase A, B, and C, but right now you're not even phase A, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if you have that, clear out those 2 acres, go ahead and add that 1 acre, and you say, look what I've done. I've got this, here's where the future of it is, and it shows us that, hey, he's doing business, he's growing, that's what he's looking for. Okay?
Easement, parking area,
Yes.
bridge structural
Bridge check off.
stability.
And have you ever had this surveyed since you received it? That would be probably one for me.
Yeah.
For your own safety and
It's,
concern.
we did it, right at the transfer time, it's flagged out there.
Okay, I would
We
give
don't
it,
have an actual, surveyed plat.
well, if they flagged it,
There's one
there's
on 5.
there's 1 on 5.
Okay.
It should also show any easements.
Yeah, it'll show it easy. So you go and request that plat.
So in 2010's when you're talking about. When
When I got it.
the
You got this, yeah.
Right before I think 2010, yeah.
Yeah,
Cause I
that's
just
when
went
it
to
says
school. Yeah.
You got the property.
Yeah.
You can look at your deed as well, or the easements.
I'm about certain it has that little easement note.
Yeah. So
So
first get your plat, look at those easements, look for those, and see where that, the way your land's plat, because you want to make sure first of all, that's it, all that's on your land, and then go from there and work on your improvements.
okay.
And that's what we're here for, we're here to help you, help you understand it.
If I have any other questions,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Take it from here.
It's a beautiful piece of land.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Sure,
nice.
you can call the office and Bert and them will help you and answer any questions at any time
Okay.
Yeah,
as you go forward.
We need to dispense with the agenda item, though. We need to
yeah, I'm here to.
withdraw the application, or make a motion and deal with it, or table it, or whatever y'all wanna do with it, we can't just leave it hanging.
No, that's what if everybody's done asking him questions, that's where I'm just gonna open the floor up for a motion.
So is there a way to, like, what if I said, give me 6 months and reconvene and I show you what's going on and get the reports in or
You can
whatever?
request tonight to withdraw your application.
Okay.
If you want to do that, you have to reapply in 6 months or however long it takes you, and then we can come back and you can say, this is what I've done since we met last time, and see what the board thinks then.
Something else that'll help you is pictures of your progress. I promise you, you cannot bring too much information to the table. Okay? So, for the record, would you like to withdraw your application?
Yes, I will withdraw that. I just need one last
Sure.
question. Of course, it's clear that I'm not gonna welcome anybody to lease the property to hold any big events or anything, or, if I scale it back mentally to just a place where me and my family hang out, how do I'm trying to wrap my head
No
around.
problem.
No
No
problem.
problem.
The issue is with,
That's your
the
property.
issue is with public access, the advertising on
Okay,
whatever media you're using to
Yeah.
advertise your event. Private property, you don't have your family out there, nobody see you, you can't do that.
If you're gonna have a big, birthday party or,
Okay.
you know, whatever,
And
you know,
then
that's your
it's all right,
property.
we'll send that to you.
we'll get it together then in next season. Go ahead and withdraw it for now. Appreciate everybody's time.
Thank you for coming, appreciate it.
Thanks, Tony, Ed.
Have a good one.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Bert, is there any new business?
Just the training. Ralph was my shining star the other day.
Yeah, it was I just had.
Thanks
So,
for making us all this bad, Ralph.
there's one in December, everybody available for that?
You said December 7th?
Keith was
I have
telling
to get you the exact date on, I think that's right, the registration hasn't opened for it yet, as soon as it does, it is in London.
Okay.
Everybody think it'll be good with that?
Yep.
I'll see you when I get your register and get more specific details.
I would have been there Thursday, or Wednesday, I would have been there Thursday too.
Mark, sure to pick you up.
I'm glad you all started texting me.
Thirteen, everything on new business, I'm,
Yeah.
open the floor for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion we adjourn.
Have a second?
Mike Dabney,
Yes.
Keith Parker,
Yes.
Keith Weaver,
Yes, sir.
Ralph Hall.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I have a question, the neighbors have asked me, who do we approach with this issue?
So, first of all, you gotta identify the issue. I think that's a lot of the, that's the thing is, if they're his vehicles and they're registered in his name,